Hi everybody, it's Lisa from Sutton's Days. Today we're going to do a Parmesan garlic crusted drumsticks and broccoli with 4-cheese sauce. It's all low carb. It's super simple and it's really good. At least I hear it is. I haven't tried it yet. We'll see. So when I was surfing Facebook this morning before I left for work, part of the group, the Frugal family food group. I'll give you a link below. I'll leave a link below. There was a member of the group that was talking about brines. Now, I apparently missed the original conversation. But what caught my attention is she said she's been cooking for 30 years and she'd never done brines before. And now she loves it. She says they're really good. That's just a real short synopsis of the conversation. So I went and looked up brining online, and everything said to use sugar and salt and various different spices depending. And I don't want to use the sugar. The whole purpose is we're doing low carb. So I made a decision because I started reading different things, and it said you don't have to have the sugar. I imagine it would taste pretty good, but you don't have to have the sugar because you're rinsing almost everything off anyway. And basically you'd be losing, you just take the skin off. Well, I like the skin. The skin's good. So I called Phil and I said, okay, let's just do it with salt. So he hooked up the brine. So he put, this is our drumsticks. I think there's like 10 of them in there, maybe. And it's been sitting in the brine now for probably close to 7 hours, 7-8 hours, but it only has to soak in a brine for 4 hours. Okay, so it's, it doesn't have to sit that long. It just so happens I work. So he put in water and salt, soy sauce, and garlic powder. And I would love to say that I know the measurements. The only measurement that I gave to him was that it's a 1/4 cup of salt per quart of water. After that, do your spices to taste. But that's the salt that they needed, and pretty much every single recipe that I found. So I'm not wasting a gallon of water. Most of them were a gallon, but we broke it down, and it's a 1/4 cup of salt per quart of water. So that's how he measured it out. And it's been soaking all day long in the refrigerator, doing whatever brines do. I don't know the science behind it. I've never done them before. Now, on top of that, we're also going to do the broccoli with the 4-cheese sauce that Ragu has out. Remember, it's 2 grams per serving, 7 servings per jar. So I figure if the chicken tastes horrible, we can at least dunk it in the cheese sauce, right? You never know. Let's get started on the chicken. Okay, I've got the oven preheating at 400 degrees, and now we're going to rinse off the chicken. You want to make sure to get all the brine off, so give it a really, really good rinse. I always take a bowl and put it upside down, put my strainer on top of that. Balance. Gotta balance. But that way it gets it up out of it. Okay, those are my drumsticks. Okay, just a nice cold water rinse. We're going to rinse it off really good. Now, I got these drumsticks for under $2, and the broccoli was $1.60, I think, for the bag. And the sauce is like $3. So it's frugal. It's a nice inexpensive dinner, and definitely low carb. So those got a good rinse. Now we're going to start the dipping. We have about a 1/2 cup of Parmesan. I just do the grated Parmesan cheese. A tablespoon of garlic powder, not salt, garlic powder, and then pepper to taste. And then I just did 1 egg. We'll see, I might need more. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to break them if I don't have to. So we take our egg, we do a real simple wash. Just wash it, and then we dunk it in the pepper, the Parmesan, and the garlic. Oh, I think this is just going to be so good. And put it on here. And repeat. Now, what I'm finding is this low carb is really working out well for us. And And it's a major change for us. It is a major change for us. It's not that we ate a lot of fast food, it's that we ate a lot of carby food. I've got 30 some odd jars of potatoes on the shelf, and you know, carrots, and so I mean it was real food, but it was carby. And we did a lot of sandwiches because sandwiches were quick and easy. I can tell you that Jif peanut butter is a staple in our house. And normally we would go through one of those 4-pound jars every month. I mean, it was every month that was on my grocery list, and it was just the two of us. Okay. So, when you start adding all of that up, it's very, very carby. You know what? I'm going to probably need more of this, but, I basically challenged my doctor, and I am diabetic, and, I did not like being diabetic, and I definitely am not interested in being on insulin. I don't think anybody's interested in being on insulin, but the last time I went in, my A1C was up, and we were making some remarkably bad choices when it came to food, so I could see how it would be. But she said the insulin word, and I said no. I said, give me 3 months, and let's see if I can turn this around, because I believe I can change this with diet. And she said, okay, 3 months. So I am going in next week. And while I don't expect huge changes, because during that time it was all a learning process, I decided to try Weight Watchers. I joined Weight Watchers and I gained 7 pounds. So Weight Watchers is not meant for me. It's meant for a lot of people. It's really good for a lot of people. I'm not putting down Weight Watchers. I'm just saying it's not meant for me and my situation. So that's when I decided, let's do the low carb, high fat, because I knew the low carb worked. I just needed to make sure that it was something that I could live with and something I could stick with. And then in order for that to happen, Phil has to be on board too. Well, all of these different menus that we're trying, or all these different items that we're trying, are bringing him on board. He's definitely on board. He's happy to do this, and he's seeing a difference, because he had gained weight too and couldn't figure out how to get it off. And so now he's lost 10 pounds and I've lost 10 pounds. I don't see the difference. I don't feel the difference. Okay, you can see the difference in him, but he's a guy. You know how that works. Let me come right back because we're gonna need more Parmesan mix. So we're both doing good on this way of eating. We have to look at it as a permanent way of eating, and we've tested a few different things. I believe the strange part is that I have a reaction to pork rinds, of all things, really, because it's like the one chip thing that I can have. But I'm gonna, gotta do the other one first. I'm gonna test that out. I have to talk to the doctor about a few things, but so far we're both very happy and very comfortable with this change. And the best part, I think, is that for us, it's not obscenely expensive. A lot of people seem to think that a diet like this would be expensive, and it's not. The big joke is always, you know, bacon. Bacon. And honestly, Phil's not as big a fan of bacon. Sure, I could eat bacon every day. But it's not healthy to eat bacon every day regardless, with the nitrates and whatnot. So, you know, I have bacon and I love sausage, and my difficult part actually is getting enough fat. It's just bizarre. But if you want more information, definitely Google it. Definitely pick up a book. I am no expert. I am learning. There's even a couple channels out here that I would highly recommend if anybody wanted, that have, you know, good information, good solid information that aren't filled with goofy stuff. Okay, we'll just call it goofy stuff. So we have our chicken, and it's on the rack, on the cookie sheet. Oop. And I don't have too much of the goopy stuff left over. So this is going to go in the oven for probably 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to test that at 400. I'll let you know for sure how long it ended up going. I have to babysit it. Like I said, haven't tried this before, just doing it with you guys. So we're going to do this, and next we're going to get that broccoli and 4 cheese sauce hooked up. Good. Sorry guys, I'm schwitzing all over the place again. It's like 85 degrees, and I closed the windows because Phil's mowing the lawn before it rains. But ragu, remember I found this last time, And we picked up a couple different jars. So this one is the 4 cheese, Ragu 4 cheese. And again, it is 7 servings per container. Quarter cup is the size of a serving, and it is 2 carbs per serving. 8 grams of fat, and no fiber, 1 sugar, 1 protein. Okay, so we'll do this. Hopefully you can see that. I am simply going to take this, okay, and I am going to mix it in with this, and I am going to put it in the oven in about 15 minutes so that it's in the oven for about 45 minutes along with the chicken, and it'll be nice and cheesy and cooked and good, and that's what's for dinner tonight. So we'll come back when I'm pulling it out of the oven. Okay, about say about 15 minutes left in the time, and I pulled out the chicken and I drizzled some olive oil over the top so that it would get a little more brown, and it worked. Check that out. And then broccoli with the cheese sauce. This is looking good. Can you see that? Okay, that looks really good. So we're going to get it on the plates and let you know how it is. So the general consensus is that there are bugs out here. That the taste was good. The flavor is good. It's a little saltier than we're used to, but I think that's the Parmesan. We're not big Parmesan users. But when we do this again, we'll be doing it on chicken breasts or larger pieces of meat. We're just not really big fans of drumsticks. We can't ever seem to get them perfectly right. But other than that, it was good. And the best news yet is that the broccoli, we only used 2/3 of it, so the 1/3 of it is going with me. Yeah, it stopped raining. The flies are out. The other third is going with me to work for lunch tomorrow. So let's see, 14 divided by 3 is, 14 divided by 3. 4.5, yeah, something like that. Okay, so that's how many carbs. Let's go 5. Let's raise high. Let's go 5 because there's the broccoli. 5 carbs for dinner. We're full. And the taste was good, even if we don't care for that particular cut of chicken. So I would recommend it. Just a basic egg wash and Parmesan cheese and garlic and pepper. You can probably add whatever seasoning you want. So that is the recipe that I'm sharing this week for our low carb menu. And I hope everyone has a really great day. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.